Hello, everyone, and welcome to the network. In today's video, we're going to be charting. I tell you guys all the time, we chart basically almost every day, but that doesn't mean that we trade every day. Okay, I have noticed that on Thursdays and Tuesdays, Bitcoin doesn't really move those bigger moves like I'm used to on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So any potential opportunities that we'll be looking for will be one to twos. Okay, 50 to 100, nothing more, nothing less. Um, and yeah, let's get straight into it. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so as you can see here, I marked this up yesterday. I didn't end up taking it. I was too slow, missed the move. You know, when they say that there's no such thing as missing the move, I mean, that's true, but it's also not true. It's also not true because if I had went in to sell again, I wouldn't have hit my TP. It would have hit stop loss. So I marked up and analyzed the chart at 9:30, which is already later than I usually would have. Um, if I had caught it here and traded at the time that I was supposed to trade, I would have definitely hit that one to I would have definitely hit that 1 to 2 for sure. Right. So that's why the time that you're marking up your charts is very important. Um, Obviously, the later you wait, the more you're risking because you're at risk for manipulation and all those things, right? So let's just go ahead and delete all of that, and we're gonna do our top down. Oops, sorry guys, that's my that's my alarm for trading. But before I do that, let me make sure you guys can hear me because I absolutely cannot stand audio issues. So let me see what's going on. Audio issues. Oh, yay. Good morning, David. Shout out to David. David says, "Good morning." David is taking notes, and that's how it's supposed to be. I still take notes to this day. Um so as we can see here, we look down to our RSI, we see that we're oversold. All right. So that means that we're going to want to sell or overbuy. Don't get too caught up in the actual semantics of it all. All right. What are your eyes telling you? Clearly, when we're high, we sell. When we're low, we buy. So if my white line is pointing up, that means that, the market is pushing up, but it's in an area that is going to favor sells more than buys. Do you agree? So when we look at our candlestick right now, we have 10 more hours until this candle closes. Excuse me. And I mean, this candlestick is looking kind of, it's a kind of a struggle candle. It's no disrespect, but it just is. So we're going to zone out our daily levels, including the wick of that current candle, the current candle we're on today. All right. And then I'm going to just trap price by finding a solid floor. All right. So I like that. Yeah, I like that. We could bring it up higher. We could bring it up higher. That's really trapping price. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give it some room. So there's that. All right. Now we're gonna drop down to our 4 hour. We see it's finally pushing down on the 4 hour. Okay, so it's is it making lower highs? Can't really see any lower highs on the 4 hour, but we'll go down to the 1 hour and see what that's doing. The 1 hour is saying that it's super low. It's gonna want to buy up, but on our higher time frames, it's super high and it wants to go down. So when you have a market that's tricky like this, That's when sometimes you have to know when to put down the indicator and just rely on what you know. All right. If we go to the daily time frame, we'll see that we are in an overall downtrend. Yes, we're in a downtrend. We have lower high here, lower high here, lower low here, lower low here. All right. But we have a change. If you ask me, this looks more like a pullback and or correction. Okay? Because we understand that when we are in a trending market, the price is not going to just go all the way down in one clean sweep. No, it's going to go down, then up again, then down, then up, but just not as high. Down even lower, up even lower, down. Do you understand? And so that's why we're experiencing what we're experiencing. So we want to make sure that we're on the right side of money and oh, sorry guys. And we're trading with the trend. Okay? So, if you ask me, I like these candles pushing up. I do. But we're basically at the top of this daily level. So my bias is going to be sells, but a higher sell than usual. Okay, a sell within the range, not a sell within a different range. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. If you look here, we're approaching the bottom of the previous swing low to swing high. Okay, where my dotted line is, that's the floor of the 15-minute time frame. The 15-minute time frame is pointing down. That means it's selling. Let's zoom in a little bit. And now you can see exactly what's going on. The candlestick closed below our previous support level. So it's respecting it, right? In 9 minutes, if our candlestick closes just like this, what do you think we're going to want to do? Sell. It's pointing down, close below our support level. We're looking at in real time, break and close concept. Right here. That was our support. Price broke below it, and now it's closing underneath it. But we will see. Okay. Regardless, though, let me draw my fib because this is how I get my good entries. I like to draw my fib. We're drawing a sell fib because this is a selling market currently. And we see where our fib is closing. You just delete this. I don't want to confuse you guys. Right? We can see here that our candlestick close a little bit below that 382, that continuation zone. We would want our candlestick to completely respect this continuation zone. Okay. Is there a possibility of this buying? Absolutely. Is there a possibility of it selling down to approximately 91,692? Absolutely. And what do you think we're going to be doing? Selling to that level. We just have to find a good entry so we don't get stopped out. All right. Personally, I would not mind setting a pending order at 93,176. That might be a little high. 92,889 is cool too. Let me see what it's giving us because I just want a 1 to 2. That's all I want. And if you notice where I have 92,889, right? That would be creating a lower high. Okay? If I was to set it here, that's a lower high. This is a high, lower high. We want the entry here still at a lower high. If I was to put I'm sorry guys. If I was to put my entry here, is it still creating a lower high? No. So You don't want to put your entry too high because you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. You don't want to set up your entry so high that it ends up using 92,889 as a support to then buy up. You don't want that. And no trade is a guarantee. So guess what? Even if it does do that, even if it does want to come up here, but it's really ready to sell, we have our stop loss over it. Right? This is why we trade with a stop loss. Anyways, I said I was going to do 50. I was going to do a 50 piece. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to take that down to 100. All right. Exactly 100. That's a 1 to 2. And this is where we're catching the market at 8:15. So there is that, you guys. Let me put that in potential sell limit. Okay, potential sell limit. I'm going to put that in for you guys. Okay. Oh, not Dave. Oh, Lord. My apologies. Oh, gosh. Okay. Let me go ahead and put that in for you guys. How long have I been live? One second. All right. We are looking at a pending sell. We're looking at an entry price of 92,903. A stop loss of 93,407. And our TP is 91,896. All right. 91,896. Actually, I told myself I was going to start doing TP1s and 2s for you guys. So TP1, sorry, TP2. TP1 is actually going to be a 1-to-1 risk to reward. So that's going to be $92,400. All right, just for my newbies. All right. Also, I want to say I'm sorry to David. I thought your name was Daniel like me, but it's okay. I'll do better next time, I promise. So there is that, you guys. All right. There is that. Again, potential market idea. This is not set in stone. You can take it, you cannot take it. You could put it in a demo trade. If you're paper trading, you could do that too. Okay. And I will see you guys next week. I have a lot of stuff cooking. I have a lot of stuff planned for you guys. I'm really striving to create a system set in place to just make trading so much easier than it already has been, or than it has been in the past, I should say. And I'm just super excited for everything that's going on and all that. So I just want to say thank you so much for your time. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.